Hey y'all, I'm Morgan.
I'm Sean.
We're from Charleston Crafted and we are here today to show an unboxing review of the new Mockingbird single to double stroller.
This thing is awesome. We have the Mockingbird single stroller and we have used that for over a year with our son and we love it. We have another video on that if you want to see the single review, but this is the single to double. So let's show you some of the different features of the single to double and how it compares.
So the reason we need this is because we are having a baby in August, so we were really excited for the timing of the stroller coming out because we have a 1-year-old and we're going to have a baby. So having 2 seats is going to be clutch for getting around. These seats can go into 19 different setups.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting how the different configurations can go, and we'll show you some of those here in just a second. But with 2 seats, you can definitely handle 2 kids in a number of different ways, depending on what it is that you are wanting for your kids and how they like to ride. So, the stroller itself comes as a single stroller with a single seat. The second seat has to be purchased additionally, and that comes as its own thing with adapters for how to make both seats work for the double stroller.
And this, you cannot take a single stroller and add the adapters to it. We got both our strollers next to each other and tried to figure out the difference. And there's a bar in here that has the basket underneath attached, and it's in a slightly different place. And on the other stroller, this second seat just won't fit because of where the bar is. So that's the answer to why you can't use it with the single stroller.
Yeah, to be clear, the frame itself is very similar to the single.
Yeah.
Super close. A lot of the features are exactly the same. The wheels look about in the same position, same types of wheels, same type of adjustable handle, same exact storage size in the bottom, but you definitely can't attach the second seat to a single, so you have to have the single to double if you want.
So I do want to say, if you are having your first child and you think you're might gonna have a second one, or you find out you're having twins, whatever, even if you think you might ever want to make it a double, it's only, I think, $50 more for the double base, and you can just not buy a second seat and use this as a single stroller, and it's the exact same size. I would 100% recommend that rather than having to do what we did, which is buy a whole new stroller to get the double.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and show you how it comes without the second seat so you can see. So Morgan's going to pop the second seat off here just by putting these 2 buttons. And what it is these are the adapters for the second seat right here. And these pop off, they clip around the metal frame of the stroller, and they clip in so that you can clip it in. So this is the adapter for the second seat.
So when you take that off, this is just a single stroller?
Well, it also comes with the second upper adapter too, the second seat. So this is the original first seat. The second seat comes with an adapter that lifts the first seat up and back.
S-shaped,
Yeah. So you take these 2 adapters off here, and then we have the single, the original, and once you pop this in, this is the single stroller without the double, and it looks almost identical to the
Very
single.
close. You have to get really, really detailed to see the difference. But like I said, if you think you might have a second kid down the line, whatever, definitely go ahead and buy this single to double version and just use it as a single so you have the option. Definitely that's the way to go.
As a reminder, it leans back in a lot of different configurations. There's 4 different settings for the tilt back, and it faces both forward or
and this
backward.
was clutch when Luke, our son, was a baby, because that's why we ended up buying the Mockingbird. We had a City Mini before and the seat wouldn't reverse to face us. Once he got out of his car seat and was trying to sit in the regular seat, he screamed bloody murder.
He would not sit facing away from us. He cried every time a walk around the block was torture, and that's why we found the Mockingbird with the ability to switch back and forth. And
it can lean all the way flat back. We kind of like this angle right here. Some other features that are just standard with all the Mockingbird strollers. It has a zipper right here in the canopy, and it's mesh. And this just lets it, if it's kind of like breezy and you want them to get a little wind in there, that's a really nice option. You can see that the liner, we went with this is called Raindrops. It's like a polka dot liner, sort of abstract polka dots. The other choice is Window Pane, which is like a very thin plaid. And then the other feature, it comes in black, light blue. This is a teal. These are not the. This is sea colored. Sky is the light blue, black, and then they have a blush pink. Sometimes it's limited edition. We got this color last time. I like it better than black. I mean, obviously it matches my dress. It matches his pants. This is kind of like our vibe. And the light blue, I just would be worried it would get dirty.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't go with it. And then this is a peekaboo. It's mesh in the peekaboo. And an upgrade, since we got our stroller, our single stroller about a year ago, an upgrade that they pushed across all, so if you buy it now you don't have to worry about this. There's a magnet in here, so the flap, pretend I'm the wind, the flap stays down in place.
She's a great wind. So, let's pop this
I
thing
wanna show
back
the
around.
footrest, yeah.
And show this side. So it does have the footrest that adjusts to multiple angles. It can drop all the way down for an older child. It can be up for a young child. But what's great about this, especially if you have an older child that is eating a bunch of food, it has a zipper compartment here where you literally can dump your crumbs out right onto the ground
Really convenient.
and then zip it back up. So it's great.
It comes with the black leather or the penny leather. Our old stroller, they were out of penny leather, so we got the black, and we were really excited when we pre-ordered this one to be able to get the penny leather. I don't know why, I just thought it was fancy. And this comes off if you don't want to use the safety bar. The one kind of negative I will say about the stroller, just a con, is that they don't have a tray that it comes with, and now our son is 18 months old. He eats a lot of snacks, and it would be really nice to have a tray. You can purchase some other brand trays, but I have seen that they strap on to the safety bar with Velcro, so they don't, it's not like some strollers have a tray you can snap right in these holes.
So
Straps, buckle, kind of standard, but very, very nice. The main thing,
comfortable and pod-like for a seat. We like that.
very comfortable seat, much better than our old stroller. The main takeaway just about Mockingbird in general, it is a extremely, extremely high quality stroller. We are very happy with it for about half the price compared to Up a Baby or other brands that are really popular like that.
Yeah.
And the bucket. You want to show the bucket underneath?
Sure. The bucket has tons of room underneath. There is lots of room for different carrying. We have a big diaper bag. The diaper bag fits entirely in there with no problems. You can put that in there. You can keep a blanket in there. And then they love to show this little feature here where there's a hidden compartment that blends into the side that you can hide something if you were wanted to put your phone or your wallet or your keys down there. That people wouldn't be able to see. But this is an amazing amount of space for storage compared to the stroller we used to have, and from all the strollers that we've seen for our friends. It is a ton of room in there, and we really, really like that.
Yeah, it's as deep as a yoga mat. Not that I do yoga, but it fits, a yoga mat fits in there completely lengthwise, so that's how long it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then the only other feature I think we want to talk about on this is just the wheels. It's really high quality wheels. They're rubber. They pivot. It just rolls. I mean, we get a lot of questions about how does it roll. It rolls so easily.
It's extremely smooth. The wheels twist very, very clean. And
it's definitely we haven't pushed it with 2 toddlers in it yet. Aska's gonna get in a year. But I mean, even with our one son, who he weighs 30 pounds, it's a one-hand push.
It really glides very smoothly, very easily.
I'll show you how to fold up just with one seat. You need to make sure your seat is facing away from you and that it is fully up. There's a button, 2 buttons right here on the handle. You pinch, fold. It's really easy. Stands up by itself after you're done. Pick it up. It has a clip on this side, and I picked this up and it fits in my car. I drive a Toyota Yaris, so it fits in the back. That's pretty good. Then when you get it back up, you just unhook that clip. So easy. But it really is easy to fold, easy to unfold. No problems, no complaints there. Now we're going to put the second seat on.
Yeah, so let's talk about the double attachment. Yeah. So the double, like we said, comes with a second seat identical to the first seat, so it doesn't matter which seat is in which position.
It didn't come with this is the add-on.
Yeah, the second seat, that you add on comes as the seat and the adapters for the original seat and your second seat. The seats are the same, so that you don't have to, it doesn't matter which one is on the top, which one is on the bottom. So in order to make both of these work, you take off the first seat. You start you start by putting the upper adapters on. Like I said, this sends it back and up a little bit. So these clip in to the original spot, right there, no problems. And then the lower adapters are these like grippy wraparound adapters. So again, the outside goes on. There's a space down here. This did take me a few minutes to figure out. I thought, I was like not sure exactly where this is supposed to go, but then I realized that it's supposed to go under the metal bar that's here, and that that's where it clips on.
Right at the foot.
Once I figured that out, I felt dumb. So you clip these on real quick, real easy. Down here, they snap in, and now these are here. So now you have your adapters on, and now you can play with your configurations on your seats. So the cool thing about these double seats is that you can have both seats facing forward, both facing backwards, one facing forward and one facing backwards, or reverse facing each other. So you can figure out which configuration works best for your children.
Depends on if your kids like each other or if they kick each other.
Yeah, so what Morgan was talking about with the 19 configurations is those are the 4 main configurations, and then it's just about what angles the seats can lean back on is the other adaptation. So really there's only 4 configurations. It's just a matter of how far back each one can be leaning in each of the configurations. So that's really the difference there. So she snapped that in right into the upper adapter. This one right here, you snap into the lower adapters. And then you have the first
facing forward.
Yeah, the first configuration.
Oh yeah, I know.
So here's the standard.
Yeah.
Both seats facing forward. You can have both of these on. This can go back to a certain extent. You know, the feet rest has to drop down in order to be able to tilt it back at all. But you can have it tilted back, so you can have this kid. This kid can be here, can be face forward. It just depends on, you know, again, if you have a bigger kid up here that's got bigger legs, it might be harder to do different things.
So let's say your kids really like each other and they want to look at each other when you go for a walk. Let's do that configuration.
All right, so we'll have that one like that, and you just, but this is the nice thing about these, it's really easy. There's a button on each side of all the adapters. You just push those at the same time. You flip it around. You have to put the feet down on this thing for this configuration, but they both clip in. You can tilt this back.
Your kids are in love. They can throw snacks at each other. Like, this is if you have really sweet kids. This is your configuration.
Yeah, so you got both kids facing, and like I said, this is another one. You know, you might have to play around with where the footrest is going in order to make the configurations work best.
Yeah, I would imagine most people would probably pick a configuration and use it over and over again. You're probably not going to be switching them around, except as your kids age.
Yeah.
So let's say you have 2 little Lukes, and they cry if they can't see mommy when they're going on a walk.
Pinch, twist.
So here's the
Clip.
crybaby configuration, and you can see they both face you. You really, I mean, this one is kind of, there they are if they're laying down taking a nap. That actually is really nice.
Yeah. So.
But, I mean, the downside of this configuration would be that this lower child, is staring at the back of the other child, but I mean, that's what you're going to get in a stacked stroller like this.
The plus of this configuration that I can tell is that with this configuration, both kids have the most amount of space that's available for them.
Unless you had a bunch of stuff in there.
Yeah, maybe you had a bunch of stuff down there, sure, it might be a little bit different. But when this one is facing this way, then this kid's legs are kind of in this person's grill.
Yeah.
When they're both facing out, this kid is kind of in the back of this one. So this one is really the maximum amount of configuration space.
Yeah.
Because this one allows you to do all 4 on both seats, all 4 angles on the tilt. So if you want to have the one kid facing back at you, if you have a younger kid but your older kid wants to face out, you can do that one as well.
This, I think, is what I would probably use with like a 2-year-old and a 6-month-old. Assuming the 6-month-old wanted to look at me, the 2-year-old could look out.
Yeah, but this is a situation where now it still becomes limited in the
Yeah,
configuration.
so this one is really kind of like stuck.
Yeah, so this
very upright.
This one has to be pretty upright. This one either has to be totally upright or can only go back one. So if you want this one all the way upright, you can drop this one, another one like that. But that's why like,
this is
even
not the
this
best.
one
It's not my favorite.
is more limiting in the other sense. The both facing backwards is definitely the most versatile.
You can get car seat attachments, so you can put your car seats in like a little baby car seat. We kind of hated having our baby in the car seat in the stroller. He was always very uncomfortable in the car seat, but we do like a bassinet. So we did get the carriage. It's called the carriage
Yes.
attachment.
So yeah, this was great because we didn't like when we had the car seat all the time. Luke was always feeling very cramped. So you can use the bassinet carriage with a car seat. Again, the configurations are limited. But yeah, so the configuration for the bassinet works in a few different ways. You can have it facing forward, as we just showed you, or this kid can face back, and this kid can also face back. So it depends on what you're looking for. This would be great if you wanted to have your baby so that you could see your newborn with your toddler over here. So, okay, so the last thing we'll show you is how to fold up and transport your double stroller. So we haven't found a good way to be able to fold it with both on there. You technically can, but the second seat sticking up in the air looks really weird. So we really think the best thing to do is you pop off the lower seat. That one stays back there. Then fold it up the way you would normally with the seat facing out. That clips into place there and is standing.
It stands by itself, which I love that feature.
And then take the second seat and it just slides right into the storage basin of the first seat. And here they are. They kind of nest together and it's really good. You can just slide it right into your car. Depends on what kind of car you have. You might want to make sure that you can fit a big stroller in your car. But I have a Honda Pilot. Everything fits in there. She has a Toyota Yaris. We're able to make it work in that. I will say that compared to some of the other strollers that have giant wheels, this one actually does fold up real small, compact, and can fit into a much smaller space than some of the other ones we've seen.
Yeah.
And then even though it expands to be quite big.
Yeah.
So overall, we're really excited to use this. We love the single stroller.
Love it.
The features of the single to double are all the exact same. Plus, it can fit a second kid.
Yeah.
So we're excited to use that. I don't see anywhere that we're having any issues with it.
No.
So we definitely would recommend, as Morgan said, if you are having your first kid now and you think there's a chance you're going to have a second kid, or you're definitely going to have a second kid, get the single to double.
Definitely.
And then you can upgrade to the second seat later.
Yes.
And do that versus trying to get the single and then switching to the single to double later, because that doesn't work. So.
Yeah, it will never work. I mean, my main conclusion about the Mockingbird, same thing I said about the single, it is a beautiful stroller. It looks high-end, it looks very expensive. It's dumb, but when you're pushing it around, you're looking at other people's strollers. This is one of the nicest looking strollers that you're going to see. And most strollers that look like this cost over $1,000. So I think that this is just, if you care about that kind of thing, which, let's be serious, a lot of people do care about how they look, this is a really good buy. And I really, really, really recommend Mockingbird brand for the quality and for the price.
Yeah, it's great. We love it, and I think we're going to love this one too.
Yeah, so they don't have sales. They never put their stuff on sale. It's all direct to consumer. You have to buy it from Mockingbird's website. You cannot get it on Amazon or anything. We will put our affiliate link below. We were not paid to make this video, but if it has helped you make your decision, we would love it if you would shop using our link below. It will make a very small percentage of the sale.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Thank you for supporting us and the brands that make our brand possible. And this is just one of those that we're bringing you today.
Yeah.
So congratulations on your baby, on your second baby, however many babies you got. Congratulations from Charleston Crafted to you. And we hope that this review was helpful to you. So
yeah, bye.
See you all.